Hi, this is PR Sundar. Welcome to pre-market report sponsored by taxbuddy.com and finbingo.com. And yesterday I told you today it is all about US Fed, and the US Fed announcement came around 11:30. So they increased the rate by 50 basis point as expected. And then around 12 o'clock, the Fed chairman started speaking. And by 12:30, the people got some clarity. Then from 12:30 to 1:30, just in a matter of 1 hour, the Dow has shot up more than 1,000 points. And earlier, this 34,000 in Dow was a very, very strong support, and that was broken and fell more than 1,000 points from there. Now, Dow has regained 34,000. It was a very, very nice rally. So I've been telling you the Fed event is going to be a non-event, and because people expecting 50 basis point, they increase 50 basis point, so there is no surprise. And that is why the markets did not fall, and when the short sellers started squaring up their position, the short covering rally set in. So that's why the Dow shot up so much. But what happened here, it was completely different. Look at the Indian market and US market. India increased the rate by 40 basis point. US increased the rate by 50 basis point. US rate hike is more than what India did. But US market shot up 1,000 point, but we fell 500 point. So why? And RBI did not prepare the markets for this rate hike. It was a complete shock, and markets will always react negatively for a shock. Unexpected news. Expected news, they will not. So why it was a shocking? Number one, RBI policy meet happens every 2 months, and during the meeting, people always expect, they may, inflation is higher, they may hike the rate or this and that. But this one, all of a sudden, without any RBI meeting, scheduled meeting, they've just announced the rate hike. So that is number one. And number two, they hiked the rate when nobody expected it. And everybody was focusing on LIC IPO. Everybody was worried whether LIC IPO will get good subscription, So when such a big uncertainty, because that is the biggest IPO in Indian stock market history, and when that IPO is on, and until 2 p.m. when the RBI policy announced, there was no good response from the institutions. When it comes to foreign institutional investors, there is only one foreign institutional investor. I have placed an application for 225 shares. And I really want to see who is that FIA. And they call themselves as FIA, and they are putting application for 225 shares, and which is cost of a coffee for them. So there was no institutional, particularly FIA demand for LIC IPO, although policyholders, retail people are subscribing. And this time, so what is the necessity to come and hike the rate, all of a sudden? That was the second thing. And the third thing, okay, so they've done something unexpected. It's all right. But next month, there is another RBI policy meeting. So why not, they increase 25 basis point now, then in the next meeting, 25 basis point like that. So why they go for a bigger quantum of rise, 40 basis point? That was a big shocker. And even after all these things, even after RBI mentioned the rate hike, the markets did not fall much. Markets, in fact, was trying to stabilize. But then in the final few minutes of his speech, the news came, the CRR hike. And that has dented the sentiment. And for the people who do not know what is CRR, CRR is a cash reserve ratio. The banks which are collecting the deposits from you, and out of the deposits, 4% of the money they have to give to RBI. That's called CRR, for which RBI will not pay interest. So it is a interest-free money for RBI. And that CRR from 4%, it has been increased to 4.5%. That means 50 basis points. On one side, interest rate goes up by 0.4%, and on the other side, the banks will have to pay money to RBI without interest and 50 basis points, 0.5%. So effectively, the banks are going to lose. And it's not that, they get 0.4 extra, 0.5 here extra, so they are going to lose 0.1. No, their loss may be more than that. Why? Because when the loan interest rate increased by 0.4%, and because of some competition, the deposit rates may also increase by 10 basis or 20 basis point. So although interest rate increases, bank's business is to get the deposit and to lend. So when the lending rate increases, deposit rates will also increase. So the effective gain for banks may not be 40 basis point, maybe 20-25 basis point, but here they have to pay almost double the money to RBI without interest. So that is what dented the sentiment, and the Bank Nifty fell. I think about 400-500 point fell after the CRR news. So what is the use of talking about what happened yesterday? There was a bad news and the markets fell. The markets are factored in. And the first thing is that whether the markets are factored in completely or not, that we do not know. Even until yesterday, I was also not aware about this. I know that there is something called CRR, but I did not know that the bank will not get any interest for the CRR portion. So when some more people get more clarity, they may come and sell more shares. So we don't know. So we have to wait for one more day of reaction to this RBI policy. So this RBI policy will be factored in completely by today. But luckily, because of positive global cues and SGX Nifty indicating about 16,850 as the opening level. And that's a future, so the spot may be 20-30 point lower. So one good thing is that that opening is slightly higher than 16,800, which was considered as a very, very strong support. And people thought 16.8 is a very, very strong support. So that's why the highest open interest among the put option stands at 16,500. A lot of people have sold 16,500 put option. So one good thing is that, the bulls will try to defend 16,800 once again, but we don't know what is there in FIA's mind. And so they may, if it goes significantly higher, definitely they will come and sell in the afternoon. So now markets may try to stabilize and will try to defend 16,800. And if that is held, that is really good for bulls. Definitely today, the interest sensitive stocks will be coming under pressure, will be in focus. So which are the major sectors which are interest rate sensitive? Banks, real estate and auto. And because where you pay maximum interest amount, I'm talking in absolute terms, a house, real estate, we are buying in crores, we pay interest also in lakhs. The second one is car, we are buying in lakhs, we are paying interest in thousands. So car and house are the two things where we will be paying maximum interest amount. So therefore, when the interest rate goes up, it's not good for those industries. I think yesterday itself, Maruti came out with a good result, but still it has already fallen 500 rupees yesterday. I think yesterday Hero MotoCorp also fell after not so good results. So interest rates will, sensitive stocks will be in focus, and Reliance will also be in focus because Reliance is coming out with results tomorrow. So now with this fall, and I think now 17,000 is going to be a stiff resistance now. Usually when a strong support like 16,800 is broken, If it has fallen significantly, then the 16,800 will become the resistance. But now, yesterday, if the reaction was considered as a panic reaction, knee-jerk reaction, today market recover, so maybe we can assume that 17,000 to earlier I told you 17,400 to 17,500 is the resistance. Now it may be shifting downwards to 17,000 to 17,200 also. So that's I'm talking about a monthly basis, not on for today's expiry. So, and today, market like going to be in commotion only, because a lot of people would have sold a lot of call option, put option, gap up, gap down, So they will have to run for cover, so they have to create additional positions, So markets can be volatile today. So now I'm taking a slightly bearish view on Bank Nifty. I'll be looking to sell more call options in Bank Nifty also. And that's I'm talking about monthly one. So hope you enjoyed watching the video. Thank you for watching.